Tonight we are recording. We're getting back to our roots. Great, dude. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. I am happy you're here. Whoa, the Mario movie. The Super Mario Brothers movie from 1993 stands as a dusty gem in a crown of bad video game movies. But we're here to decide what makes a good video game movie. I really enjoyed the Super Mario movie. It would be a better idea if Mario was left out of the title, but it's left in there. So we are granted permission for this disastrously beautiful thing. I'm not entirely convinced it was terrible. There's a certain amount of respect that goes into making a movie, and I want to talk about that. It's a beautiful mix of the good, the bad, and the ugly that just goes into video game movies in the past. So apparently this animated intro was like added last second.
You know, it just don't get no better than this.
Yeah. Goodbye, dinosaurs.
Was added last second after the filming, editing, everything was done. You know, kind of like your high school essays.
In high school, I was voted most appropriate.
Ooh, self-burn. Those are rare.
Just me? Okay, well that's telling. Dinosaurs were hit by a meteor 65 million years ago in Brooklyn, not the Yucatan Peninsula, because it was the 90s, man. We didn't know. This meteor split reality into two dimensions. One reality is where the humans evolved from mammals, and the other reality is where humans evolved from reptiles. Because of that, we have a baby being born from an egg, which is none of your business. Look at there. Ow. So anyway, this baby is actually Princess Daisy. She's being chased by Bowser's henchmen. Because she's the key to everything, she's being chased by these henchmen, and she decides it's better to be abducted by the Mario Bros, I guess.
Please, step into the van.
And I just love how awkward Luigi is.
I overheard your name was Daisy. You know, I haven't heard that name around here. It's really nice, too. It's like, no, I have heard it because it's like the flower and everything. But it's not like I hang around the flower shops and nothing like that.
But what I really like is how awkward Luigi is and how kind Mario is to Luigi.
What my brother is trying to say is he doesn't know what to say. He doesn't even know how to begin. But he has offered you a ride. And if it would help you out, please step into the van.
This is the first gem that makes this movie actually good. It's crazy, but the acting between Mario and Luigi here is so nice, and I think that is one of the pinnacles of this movie that actually set it apart. I believe the brothers actually love each other, and I think that's genuine. I think Bob and John do a great job of acting, and it makes me a believer. And I guess, like, filming this movie was a nightmare. People were breaking bones every day, rewrites were coming in every day, that so much that they just threw the script out. The studio and the directors were beefing. It does not sound like a good time. People were drinking on set, but these two keep it grounded, and it's a wild ride, but I'm genuinely rooting for Mario and Luigi because of like this brotherhood that they have. The plot here is that Daisy is working for a university. Henchmen, big corporate henchman man 1, 2, and 3 are building to like put in a condo or like a business park or whatever, and they find dinosaur bones, and because of that, the whole thing has to stop. The big boss threatens Daisy, so she goes and meets Mario and Luigi at a payphone. These two guys, who are 3 months late on their rent, decide to go on a double date to a fancy Italian restaurant. And in this restaurant, they simply leave the entire block of Parmesan cheese on your table. Like, it is that fancy. Look at this plate of spaghetti. I have dreamed about this since I watched this movie. I don't know, it looks so good. The meatball, the sauce, like, get out of the way, Olive Garden. It just looks good. So anyway, after dinner, Mario drops off his date and she's instantly kidnapped. So maybe the walk was a better idea. But Daisy and Luigi and Mario have to go save the fossil site from flooding, which was sabotaged by the Strombrelli plumbers, who we hate, by the way. So anyway, these henchmen sneak up, knock Mario and Luigi on the head, and they kidnap Daisy. And they find Daisy in this rock. The CGI on this, terrifying, scary. And just like buckle up because holy cow, we're just about to jump into it. They jump into this rock. Everything is so 90s in here. We have classic beatniks, punks, dinosaurs, everything. Like, okay, so just barely after we get in there, we get the iconic, the Goomba. Like, what summarizes how like crazy this movie already gets. And is that Bowser? Look at that hair. It's not. His name is Koopa King. Koopa Man, but he's Bowser. And I feel like we're missing like another what is it? Something.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
I don't know. She might just be in another castle, I guess. But holy crap, this place is like evil Whoville. The Mario brothers are assaulted immediately by an old lady with a lightning rod, thrown off a bridge. There's like electric cars, everything. It's crazy. In all this craziness, you have another gem, which is like the set design. And they use every part of this set multiple times, different angles. It's just really like a nice capsule to see like the classic 90s set, because they would make these really cool like rebel hangouts that were just, I don't know, they're I don't know. They really just use their sets really well, and we don't get that much use out of like areas in movies anymore. So I think it's just like a really nice thing that is there. So after Mario and Luigi get thrown around because they're in a crazy, I don't know, it's in this crazy time capsule of a 90s area, they meet Toad. And Toad is this hippie guy that like almost convinced me to call it. Anyway, the Mario brothers and Toad get thrown in jail like immediately. They're captured, they're confronted, they escape from jail. Mario and Luigi escape from jail and they steal a police car. And I like these little fireball shooters. They really took the fireball thing far in this one. That's kind of the main weapon. They are in hot pursuit and the police cars are like shooting at each other, and they actually just use the brakes, which is crazy because you never see like hot pursuits just end with somebody hitting the brakes and the other two like, I mean maybe you do, but like intentionally using the brakes, it's a good answer. They escape off grid just like in Tron, but they almost fall to their death. But they're saved by the help of like a booger made out of fungus. That's a statement I made today. They're headed into the desert away from like Koopa Man. And I guess originally there's supposed to be like a Mad Max style like desert chase section in this movie, but pesky budget. Apparently, the actors got hurt so many times in this movie. Bob got his hand slammed in a door and like broke his finger, so he has to wear like a fake pink hand for like the rest of the movie. He was stabbed 4 times and was electrocuted and almost drowned. Luigi got hurt. So many accidents, and like that's where probably most of this budget went. So they had like these big ideas, but no good because people were just trying to stay alive. Those old hospital bills will get you. So Koopa King, aka not Bowser, has his 2 henchmen. He has like an evolver chamber that can either de-evolve or like simulate evolution. So he puts his henchmen that were dumb before in here, and they become much smarter. And they realize what like a crazy plan he has, which is like classic 90s fun concept. But I wish that they would have gone with. I wish they would have turned him into Wario and Waluigi, but it was 1993. And so Waluigi was about 7 years out, and Wario had been introduced like last year. So opportunity missed, but when we recreate this, we will do it. The Mario brothers team up with the smart henchmen. Step back for a second. There's a whole plot here that they're just trying to put one more piece back into the meteor to combine the realities, and that will make Koopa King the ruler of Earth, Mammal Earth. Daisy has the last fragment that they're looking for. They lose it. Daisy's been kidnapped, and so now they have to get it back. The necklace was taken a while ago from this spiky lady. Mario is apparently the freaking smoothest cat of them all, light on his feet and everything, because he swoons her and steals from her in the same motion. The whole club that they go to, which was apparently like a risque shoot because they hired actual like dancers, you know what I mean? For this is the 90s. I don't know, it was wild. But I think a lot of the hang up with this movie is that the studio wanted more kid friendly, and the directors were like, let's make it adult, let's just full on adult, send it, you know. And it was like, why do it for the kids? Just make it a fun thing, you know. But no. And so the Goombas and this evil hench lady who is Koopa King's like partner in crime, maybe wife, concubine, I don't know. She is Miss Dursley.
Aunt Petunia, I want everything to be perfect.
She plays Miss Dursley like later in life, but I guess she got her start in the Mushroom Kingdom. Big dude, that's crazy. Anyway, they storm the club. Mario and Luigi escape. They're on their way to Koopa Tower, but she does get the necklace. So, like, that's where we're at. Bowser is dealing with this disgusting fungus that somehow made him mad. And he doesn't feel like the shroom, the fungus guy, has held up their end of the bargain. Not a very fun guy thing to do at all. Anyway, we move on. Bowser orders pizza at gunpoint.
King Koopa here.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'd like the Koopa special.
Pterodactyl tail on that?
Yes. Dino, lizard, hold the mammal, no worms, and spicy.
Because
This is America. Guns in my area.
oh crap, the boys get the outfit. They finally get the drip. It's like an hour and 6 minutes into this movie, and they finally get dressed in their costumes. And they got super jump boots from the club. So Mrs. Dursley is now in the tower, and she wants to murder Daisy because she's jealous of her. Oh, by the way, this is Yoshi. Yoshi's in this, and he's just a real dinosaur. And so Yoshi attacks Mrs. Dursley to protect Daisy because Daisy was nice to him, and that's that. While all this is going on, Mario and Luigi are trapped in an elevator with a bunch of Goombas after they show off their drip, and they just start, they like grab their big hulky shoulders and they just get them to like start swaying, so they're like dancing in this elevator together. Okay, whatever. And then Wario and Waluigi go and save Daisy after she escapes with Yoshi from attacking Mrs. Dursley. And the Wario and Waluigi take Daisy to the fungus, which has like a throne below it, and they're like, that's your dad. That's your dad right there. And she's like, oh, father. She instantly believes them. She believes them so fast that this like hideous gangly fungus is just her dad. So that's her dad, and Yoshi gets his Jurassic Park clever girl moment by opening a door. And apparently like Daisy's dad has been helping Mario and Luigi like along the way, but Mario doesn't believe it because he shouldn't. And if you ask me, I think Daisy is the one who's been on the shrooms too much. Cause I don't know, dude, too much. So there's like a subplot in the beginning of this that there's a bunch of girls from Brooklyn missing, and Mario finds them, the other princesses, in the tower. And so he goes and rescues them. Luigi is with Daisy, and they're all being chased by Goombas. Mario goes and saves Danielle, his girlfriend, along with all the other girls. So Mario goes and saves all the other princesses by unbolting, like taking out a Goomba. Anyway, they grab a mattress and they are going freaking full on Mr. Freeze down the slide. The music, awesome. Listen to this freaking killer 90s jam. A crazy way to enter the final boss battle for Mario. And I guess like while this was being made, one of the crew, like the cast was on lunch break, and the crew was like, it's not going fast enough. So they like loosened one of the safety wires, and one of the princesses almost fell off of the mattress, which was like a 25-foot drop onto straight concrete. Ooh, that could have been so bad. Luckily, like she was about to fall off, and like one of them like pulled her back on. That's too much, dude. You gotta like not. You gotta not. I don't know if anyone was fired. I don't know what happened. I don't know how. I don't know if it was like they were falling into a foam pit and they just overshot the foam pit, or like that could have been it. They overshot the extra mats to like cushion their fall and just like almost. Anyway, Mrs. Dursley gets the meteor. Luigi and Daisy go after her while Mario goes after Bowser. So she kind of gets the meteor close, and so the worlds are kind of like starting to Venn diagram merge themselves. So Bowser and Mario get sent to Brooklyn with the three henchmen from before. This is so much. Bowser has his like evolution chamber turned into a super scope, and it can shoot and revert whoever it hits back to their like evolutionary state. And so he shoots, and Mario, you know, dodges out of the way at the last minute, and then he hits one of the old henchmen, who turns into our patron 90s chimp in this movie. And it's just 90s, just what it is, you know. So now we have a chimp in a business suit, and haha, we've done it, you know, the pinnacle of cinematic masterpieces. I think Daisy and Luigi are able to get the meteor kind of, well, Mrs. Dursley is fried on the wall, and then they're able to kind of unattach the two worlds. So Bowser and Mario get sent back, and they're still having like a battle. They have the big battle. Mario uses a bomb, and it doesn't work, but it eventually comes back around. It's got Reebok on the bottom of its shoe. Sponsorship. But anyway, so he finally blows up Koopa King and sends him into this like gravel thing, and he's still alive. And then he gets shot with the de-evolutionizer a couple times and turns into like a T-Rex, which is like his heritage. A couple other dinosaurs, and finally he gets shot with the super scope so many times that he turns into like primordial sludge, and the people cheer, and he is gone. And that is that, because I mean, the 90s, we got to get our green slime in there somewhere. We don't know if Disney is picking this up or Nickelodeon. So these people have been like, they didn't really seem oppressed. They just love that Koopa King is now dead. So they're all partying. That's fine. And Daisy returns. Her dad turns from a fungus mushroom back into her dad. And I guess that makes sense, because the Mushroom Kingdom would need a king in this one. And he coughs up Rice Krispies. So that's fine. And so they did it. They saved Mushroom Kingdom. Daisy, Mario, Luigi, they all have a like tearful goodbye. And Mario and Luigi go back home. Mario goes back to Daniella. They're having more spaghetti. This is all happening like 3 weeks later, but there's like a breaking news about what just happened. So I don't know where the delay was there, but Daisy shows up, you know, full Back to the Future. Marty, it's your kids, you know, at the end. You know, how are things going with your dad?
You're never gonna believe this.
I believe it.
You do?
I believe.
Which I think is a sin, because I would have much rather had him say, well, Luigi, let's go, you know. Come on. We missed the opportunity. That's the movie. Nintendo is mentioned at the end, like just barely. Nothing in the credits, nothing like thank you Shigeru Miyamoto for all this, like thank you this. No, just at the end. My overall impressions, bold of them to release a dinosaur movie the same year as Jurassic Park. And there's a shameless end credit scene where like they're like, oh, we loved what you did. We'd love to make a video game off this movie, you know.
Well, I must say we have a very exciting proposal. A video game based on your many adventures. What would you call it? Iggy's World.
Indomitable Spike.
The Super Koopa Cousins.
Way to like just throw dirt back in the face of Nintendo. What's crazy is like Nintendo historically has been so polite and so kind, like especially with this movie. They were very nice. A couple quotes here. From what I can find, Nintendo was always respectful, polite, and stood by this movie and the directors, even though the fans were upset, which is like crazy. It's way more than this movie deserves. It was a fun movie. It's like technically made. Well done, like lighting's there, sound effects are there. I haven't made a movie that's made it into theaters, and they did, right? Like we have to give some credit there. The props, the sets were cool, but they missed the mark for a Mario movie. Miyamoto, Mario's creator, stated, in the end, it was a very fun project and they put a lot of effort into it. He also said, one thing that I still have some regrets is that the movie may have tried to get a little too close to what the Mario Brothers video games were, and in that sense it became a movie that was about a video game rather than being an entertaining movie in and of itself. Roland Jaffe never heard what Nintendo thought of the finished project. He said they never phoned us to complain. They were very polite, which is cool, like good for them. So in conclusion, what makes a good video game movie? Focusing on the positive here, by the way, because there's a lot that we could talk about. But having genuine actors that are doing their best to like create the connections of the characters, having a studio and directors that are aligned with the direction, specifically the target audience, big help. Acting with a little bit of grace as people change your vision from a video game to a movie, because they're totally different mediums to try and tell a story, and they're both important, but like having a little bit of that grace can really go a long way. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you liked the video, I had a lot of fun making it. Happy Mario Day. We just passed 400 subscribers on the other channel, NishKapop. NishKapop just passed 4 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for being here for that. That really means a lot to me. I don't know, these are fun to make. I hope you're enjoying them too, and I hope you just have a lovely day. Treat yourself to something fun, go watch something stupid, and you know, we're gonna be okay. I just appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Huh! Hello, this is Brandon. This is Nish. We are checking this audio recording, getting back to our roots of a late night record, edit, post, because it's Mario Day tomorrow. Gotta get that today, actually. It's 12:45. Thank you, Daylight Savings Time, for nothing.